knows Southern Illinois. Located in West Frankfort, they're your Milwaukee superstore with over 8,000 square feet. Wallace Tools has the largest selection of Milwaukee within a 2-hour radius. Find power tools such as drills, saws, lights, shop vacs, and more with pricing lower than you'll find anywhere else. Wallace Industrial in West Frankfort.
IBI Management manages over 2.5 million square feet of industrial storage, warehousing, and office space in Tennessee, Indianapolis, Ohio, Illinois, and South Carolina with 64 tenants. Please feel free to contact us for any management needed for your property. Feel free to reach out with any questions to Bobby and Iris Kazadi.
With an award-winning body shop right here in West Frankfort, Illinois, Wicks is your hometown Chevrolet, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram dealer. Come out and visit us in person or online at gregweeks.com. Your hometown dealership, right on the price, right off I-57.
Kids Corral Incorporated, celebrating 25 years serving the children and families of Southern Illinois. Owned and operated by Jana King and Kristen Cass. Kids Corral in West Frankfort.
Redbirds Live, brought to you by the partners of Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, including former West Frankfort High School dual sport standout Lance Brown and fellow West Frankfort alumni and veteran Matthew Carroll. The law firm of Sam C. Mitchell and Associates are proud members of the West Frankfort community and proud servants of all of Southern Illinois.
Ask Melissa Walden about Shelters Auto, Home, and Life Options. Call or text at 618-937-2092. Melissa Walden, Shelter Insurance in West Frankfort.
Contact Power Wash Plus for a free quote on all your residential or commercial pressure washing needs. Professionally operated and fully insured. Call Power Wash Plus at 618-663-2505 for more information. That's Power Wash Plus at 618-663-2505.
Howell Insurance is a proud sponsor of Redbird Athletics. Serving West Frankfort since 1925, we provide auto, home, business, life, and health insurance. Howell Insurance partners with Auto Owners Insurance Company to handle insurance the right way, the human way. Call Ryan, Jessica, or Susan Patton at 937-4000.
Make light work of everything with Honda's top-of-the-line family of Pioneer 1000 side-by-sides. All models sport a best-in-class engine and an exclusive 6-speed automatic dual-clutch transmission. Then there's the 1005 models, equipped with Honda's quick-flip seating that seats up to 5 passengers. So find your next Honda Pioneer today at Bill Galatich Honda in West Frankfort.
Experience a taste of Mexico at La Fiesta Mexican Restaurant. We have the best food and drinks for the whole family to enjoy. See you tomorrow, amigos.
E.R. Brown Furniture has been providing West Frankfort and Southern Illinois communities quality furniture for 109 years. E.R. Furniture has the largest selection of Lazy Boy furniture and can help you find your next recliner, sofa, or love seat. E.R. Brown Furniture can provide delivery and set up to your home as well. It's E.R. Brown Furniture, downtown West Frankfort.
The city of West Frankfort is proud to support the students of Frankfort Community High School. The future is in the youth of our community. Go Redbirds.
People's National Bank has been serving the communities of Southern Illinois since 1909. We believe that great customer service along with a wide variety of products will meet all of your banking needs. Come in and check us out today. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
McDonald's, family-owned and operated Moreland Bishop McDonald's, has 21 locations to serve you.
The West Frankfort Aquatic and Activity Center are proud partners of Redbirds Live. Come check out our heated indoor swimming pool, fitness center, and basketball gym. Stop by for a visit, or you can contact us at 618-937-1665.
We welcome you in, Redbirds Live, and it's Game 3 of 3 here tonight from Max Morris. It's the West Frankfort Redbirds, and it's the Thompsonville Tigers. I'm Garrett Smith. Welcome in Leo Paxton on the call here for Game 3 of the night.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a good game. I'm excited. We got the first boys game here of the night. First two games have been total opposites of one another, really, but I'm hoping we have a good game here. Close one all the way down. Finish the night off with a great game between West Frankfort and Thompsonville.
Yeah, and it's a Frankfort team that has had a tough schedule here recently, and you get to play a team that for once that you think maybe you'll have the upper hand going in. Doesn't mean you're going to win,
right?
But you definitely got you like playing in your home gym. I think night one of the midwinter definitely adds to that. This is the Wallace Industrial pregame show. They're your superstore for Milwaukee Tools in West Frankfort. It's the Wallace Industrial pregame show, and we'll get to the keys of the game. It's brought to you by Weeks, right on the price, right off I-57 in West Frankfort. It's the Weeks keys to the game. Paxton, I ask, what would you like to see Frankfort do tonight that's going to help them come out on top?
Well, I haven't watched much Frankfurt this season, so all I'm going to say is from a basketball. I talked to Coach K before the game got started, so I feel like that's all I needed to hear. But from what I've heard and what I've seen, I just think Frankfurt needs to come out and take care of business. It seems like Frankfurt sometimes will play down to competition or just come out flat. And this is, like you said, it's winter. I mean, what type of tournament would you not want to play in like this, especially at your own place? You need to make a statement. And this may not be technically a rivalry, but Thompsonville's pretty close to you. So this may be one of those rivalries that just isn't talked about, but you want to win this and you want to win it by a lot.
Yeah, it's just bragging rights on the line. And how often do you get a chance to play a team like Thompsonville? It doesn't come very often. So those few times you get it, you'd like to win.
I was about to say, I mean, I never played Thompsonville one time in high school. So, like you said, it doesn't come often. They're in this midwinter. So now it's time to take care of business and try to pick up the first win here of your midwinter.
Yeah, and I talked with Quincy before, or at halftime during that last game where the Lady Redbirds came out on top against Weber. And, normally we're talking about can you feed off the JV. Tonight it was can you feed off the Lady Redbirds, and if that's the case, the ladies did their part with a big win.
Right, yeah. If you're Coach Sertich, you're saying, all right, let's do more of the same. Let's, like you said, feed off of that. Let's use that momentum. You had a nice little crowd in here for the girls' game. They're staying here. Now you got some people coming in for the boys' varsity. Let's keep that momentum. It might be 3 degrees on a Monday, but let's act like it's a Friday night.
Yeah, no better place to be than right here in Max Morris right now. And another thing you want to look at is Thompsonville's going to play hard. They've got, this roster is as long as it can be. As I saw the program and saw how many guys they got, and but if you look at who's in this midwinter this year on the boys' side, and it's not a discredit to them. It's not a discredit. It's more of a credit to who else is in it. Opening night, this is one you feel like you really need if you're West Frankfort.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This is one where you don't want to say it's a guarantee win or anything like that, but it's one where if you come out and you play like you should take care of business. So if you're Coach Sertich, this is a must-win. You don't want to start the tournament off with a loss like this because I could just see it going downhill from there.
Yeah, and you get, with how it's set up now, you play again tomorrow night.
Right.
And you'll be playing a team that hasn't played yet. So that added momentum is huge. And you're going to play a Cairo Pilots team who around this time of year is normally a lot better than what they were earlier in the year. The past few years, you got to play them early in that DuQuoin tournament. Frankfurt's no longer in that. So you didn't get that tune-up against Cairo to kind of get an idea how they're going to be. I expect them to play hard, and they're going to get out and run, which is kind of similar. That's what Frankfurt likes to do. When they're scoring, they're out in transition. They get a little stagnant when they're in the half court. We'll see how that goes tonight. But when they're out moving, Frankfurt's in good business, and that was the way when you were still here calling games.
Mm-hmm.
And Frankfurt looked good in transition. They almost reminded you of a typical Cairo team that likes to get out and run.
Yeah.
And that's why there's games we called when they played each other, when it was just back and forth down the court.
That year it seemed like Frankfurt seemed to do better when there wasn't time to think, when they just had to play basketball. So that's all they need to do. Frankfurt, I've watched one game so far this season, and Frankfurt can, if they come out and take care of business, they should be a good game. But like I talked to Coach K, it's just going to be a big if they come out and play.
And it's to avoid that big mistake of a quarter.
Yep.
Last 2 times out, Frankfurt's had some teams beat, or at least had the opportunity. They weren't able to knock off Murphy. Had a 9-point lead late in the third at Murphy. Game here against Anna Jonesboro. 3 quarters of that game, you win. And then that third quarter, sandwiched in, you were outscored 20-3.
Well, and it all comes back down to depth. It seems like this team doesn't have a huge length in bench when it comes to that. I was on a team that had struggles like that too. So, you play 3 good quarters, and then that fourth quarter you hit that brick wall, and it shows you that having a lot of depth can really help a team. And so, how do you avoid that? You come out in the first half and you take care of business.
And that's a credit to the opponent too.
Mhm.
If you can play 3 really good quarters, and if you can't play a good fourth and they still beat you, that's probably a pretty good ball club on the other side.
Yeah, no, it is, and yeah, it's those type of losses are demoralizing, and I know Frankfurt's had a couple in a row like that. But like you said, this is midwinter. Your record in the midwinter right now is 0-0. So, what better way to start your fate than starting it with a win? And they have all the control of that.
And Thompsonville's lost some ball games this year. They've won some, but they've lost more. And I always like to see when you play a team like this, if you can. And I mentioned it last game against Weber with the ladies. If you can get a lead on a team like this, how do they respond?
Right.
They're used to being down. Are they a team that's going to fight and claw to get back in the ball game? Or are they going to be a team that's, hey, this is where we're normally at. Let's just get on the bus and get out of here.
Yeah, and I mean, well, you also have to look at it from this perspective too. On Thompsonville's side, I'm sure Thompsonville's coming in here with a chip on their shoulder. I'm sure they think nobody thinks we're going to beat Frankfurt, so let's come out here and give them a little punch to the face. So, if you're Frankfurt, you need to be ready for maybe some high energy coming out of Thompsonville here in the first few minutes of this quarter.
While we got time, how's it feel getting back in the booth?
Feels good. It's been a long time. I was telling you, it's been, 2 years now since I've done a game, and 2 years since I've done a game with Garrett.
Since we
yeah.
started doing it.
So it's nice to be back. I love basketball. I love Max Morris Gymnasium. I love doing games with you, my friend.
Yeah, and you called a good game earlier today. That just got away from Sesser late, but
yeah, good 3 quarters. Good 3 quarters.
I was impressed by Sesser the way they were able to rebound. I thought they were good inside. Normally, Heron can be tough with teams. It didn't seem like they had their way physically, but
yeah, Heron's usually physical, but and the thing about that Sesser team is they're so young. So that's some exciting times if you're a Sesser Valere fan in that girl program.
All right, let's meet the starting lineup. That's brought to you by Sam C. Mitchell Associates. West Frankfurt led by Coach Josh Surdich here in his 3rd season at the helm of West Frankfurt. And the Tigers of Thompsonville are led by Kevin Smith. And we will begin with the Thompsonville Tigers.
First, we got number 5, Gavin Sandy, 6'2", junior. Next, we're going to have number 21, Liam Regan, a 6'1", sophomore. Next, we got another junior, Preston Pond. He's 6 foot. And then we have number 34, Mason Marino, a 6'2", freshman. And then 24, Isaiah Wilson, a 6'6". That's correct, 6'6", junior. So some height there, if you were listening, on the Thompsonville side.
Yeah, it'll be Sandy, Reagan, Pond, Wilson, and Marino, starting for Coach Smith's Tigers. And that's
see, I didn't know
that's going to be a challenge of Frankfurt. We'll see how they respond to some big bodies inside. As you mentioned, they got the 6'6" junior, and they're going to start everyone over 6 foot.
Yeah.
And interested to see that they got the freshman in there as well in Marino.
When I played and you had a big, all it takes is a shot fake to get him in the air. So keep it simple. Give him a shot fake and see what happens. Usually big guys like to try to pack the little men. So get him in foul trouble. That's the quickest way to get him off the court.
Next up for the Redbirds, who's in the Road Red uniforms here today. And it looks like there's been a minor change to the starting lineup in terms of what we've seen here recently. For Frankfurt, you'll see 4 of the same names. And Thompsonville compared to Frankfurt, you see a long bench over there for the Tigers. Frankfurt's got, here recently, they've been dressing 10. And I think my math's correct. That's what they're dressing here today again. Here's the starters for Frankfurt. Number 3, 6 foot junior, Eli Tyson. Number 10, 6'2" sophomore, Quentin Osborne. Number 0, 6'2" senior, D.T. Thomas. Number 24, 5'10" senior, Brady Melvin. and number 35, 6'2 senior Keegan Bowers. So for Frankfort, it's Thomas, Tyson, Osborne, Melvin, and Bowers. For Thompsonville, it's Sandy, Reagan, Pond, Wilson, Marino. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by Sam C. Mitchell & Associates. We're just about ready to go here for Max Morris, Game 3, Night 1, Midwinter Classic here in 2024. We'll see if Frankfort can feed off it being Night 1 at their home tournament.
Yep. Let's see who comes.
And we'll see how Thompsonville does to combat that. And if they can try to weather the storm, which teams at home in a game like this where you've got something on the line, they tend to play a little ahead of maybe what they might for the rest of the game, those first couple minutes.
Yeah, this is your tournament. You want to show out for your tournament.
Bowers controls the tip. It's into the hands of Eli Tyson. He'll slowly walk it into the half court. Frankfort begins with the basketball. 10 seconds in. Works it to Melvin out top. Melvin to the elbow. Now bounces out towards the right. Now top, Bowers swings through. Works it right of the lane. Tyson going towards the goal. Missed it short. Knocked loose. Rebound saved, but right to DT Thomas. He's fouled going up. 2 shots for DT Thomas at the free throw line. 7:36 to go, quarter 1, just underway. And Frankfort's got a quick turnover, as it was the big man who jumped up in the air and lost the basketball.
Well, the oldest trick in the book, you don't save a ball if it's not on your end. He saves it, and what happens? Now they're shooting free throws.
DT's first. It's good. And I'm not too familiar with Thompsonville, so we mentioned that deep bench. We're not sure how deep they're going to go, though, because they got a whole bunch of guys on that roster, so we'll have to see. Missed the second, but Frankfort's going to get their own offensive rebound here, and they reset, leading at 1-0, 40 seconds in. Melvin around his man finds Thomas, and he's got 3 early points.
Yeah, Frankfort in a press here.
And they're trying to use that early game pressure. Nearly stolen, as it's Sandy who's able to get it across. He finds Pond. They end up going down low. Missed layup underneath by Wilson, and Frankfort comes away with the board. Melvin. Right of the lane.
Nope. So he was carrying it the whole way up.
I think he would have, and then
I apologize, folks. That's on me.
He's got the earbud in, listening to Redbirds Live down there. More pressure from Frankfort in the full court. We'll see how long they keep that up, especially with that depth being an issue. And DT nearly strips it. It's knocked loose. Sandy gets it back. 6:45 to go. Quarter 1, 3-0 Redbirds. Top Sandy. Dribble, crossover, taken away by Bowers. He has the length of the floor. Right side, lays it up for 2, and Frankfort's up 5 points. Well, if you wanted a good start for the Redbirds, you've got one, and they're forcing turnovers, and they're getting to the basket.
So Frankfort's really trying to give the first punch here in this game.
Pressure falls back this time. You kind of got to pick and choose your battles. Bowers picks it again, and Osborne's got an easy 2. And we're going to have a timeout from Thompsonville. This one's brought to you by Hal Insurance in West Frankfort. Couldn't have asked for a better start here, Paxton.
Couldn't ask for a better start if you're Frankfort, and if you're Thompsonville, couldn't ask for a worse start.
And it's turnovers, but it's in an odd way. It's, it's the ball handlers being stripped. Well, a couple times they put it out in front of Keegan Bowers, and he's going to pick that clean more times than not.
With Frankfort pressuring the way they are, Thompsonville needs to look to pass the ball to beat it, not dribble. Dribbling is obviously not going to help them. For 2 possessions that they've tried to dribble it up here, once they do break the press, it's turned into turnovers. They've had 4 possessions where they've actually been able to bring it down, and they've had 3 turnovers so far. So if you're Thompsonville, you're going to need to figure something out quickly, or it might be over before it started.
Pond will get it in, and he does, to Sandy. Now it's in the hands of Reagan. Back to Pond. In the backcourt, across to Reagan. Met with a double. Looks to get out of it, and he does. Works towards the basket, knocked it off his foot. He lost it, and another turnover for Thompsonville. Frankfort takes it back. Minute 57 in, 7-0 Redbirds. Tyson gets it across. Works into the paint. He stops, and he traveled.
Stutter step there before he made the move. Got excited.
Pond to throw in again. Gives Sandy right back Pond. And too much contact. On-ball defense there. 5:51 left. Clock stops. Quarter one. And that's on Osborne, his first.
See how Thompsonville does here. This will be kind of the first time where they won't be pressured too much bringing it up.
Yeah, and you wonder, we talk about the depth for Frankfort, you wonder how long they can try to keep doing this. They force a turnover, and then they give it right back. Bowers led Tyson a little too long, trying to get it up the court.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
You've said that a couple times along these broadcasts in the past.
It's been a while since I've gotten to say it.
Pond just throws it off Osborne to get a new 5-second. 5:41 left in the first. Can't move the baseline this time. He gets it in. Sandy works sideline in front of the Thompsonville bench. Nearly lost it. Gives it back. Pond in the backcourt. They're struggling to get it up on Frankfort's pressure.
Yeah, they
Finally do. It's Sandy, right side of the court. Corner, it's Pond. Hesitation. Now he'll launch. Offensive rebound up for a 2-point attempt. And Thompsonville's missing some layups right at the goal. Third attempt knocked out. Thompsonville keeps it, but they had 3 or 4 bunnies at the goal, and not one of them fell through. 5:17 left, quarter one. It's 7-0 Redbirds. Pond in to Wilson. Back Pond, corner, triple. Nope, rebound over the back, foul instead on Sandy. His team second.
2 shots where I feel like Thompsonville kind of settled there trying to get a first bucket in. Need to move the ball around and try to get something on the inside.
Problem for the Redbirds, given a lot of attempts there, and the only reason they get the possession here is over the back foul.
Yeah, if you're Frankfort, just because it's 7-0, it doesn't mean it's all fine and dandy. They've been giving up way too many opportunities for Thompsonville. They just haven't capitalized.
First on Sandy. Redbirds have it. Melvin nearly shuffled the feet again. Top, it's Osborne through the lane. Kicks out Bowers. No hesitation into a triple. Missed it. Rebound, Wilson. And then he throws it away a second time. Osborne goes to the goal. It's knocked out by Vega, who's in there moments ago. 4:52 left, quarter one. Tyson to get it in. Throws it out top to Melvin, who's got it point right with a basketball. Redbird still pitching a shutout. Melvin, crossover, gets around his man, goes to the goal, and missed the layup somehow as it rolled all the way around and fell out. Wilson pulls down the board.
Great
Gives
move.
it to Pond in the half court. They go back post. It's Wilson trying to go up and score. He's got 2, and Thompsonville's on the board. Maybe that's something Thompsonville can try to work with. Wilson with that size inside. If he can get a post game here, Frankfort is going to have to play true to him and try to stop him inside. Bowers doesn't attempt this one. Instead goes to the goal. Strong on the layup attempt. He goes to the floor. No call. Other way we go. Not enough contact. And then Pond throws it, and it's deflected out.
See, that's an opportunity for Thompsonville. They got to take advantage of. You have 5-on-4 there. That's absolutely something that it's an opportunity wasted right there because they need all the points they can get right now.
Redbird started strong. They've cooled off.
Yep.
And we mentioned that happens. You're playing in a game with some stakes. It's not just some typical game here. It's Midwinter Classic, and you got to start that thing off strong, which Frankfort hasn't done here in recent years. Pond nearly double dribbled, worked it towards Reagan, who dribbles it out point, trying to go into Wilson, and it's picked off by Bowers. He tries to beat Vega down the floor, works it to the right block. He's up, no whistle. Follow-up attempt, no good. And Wilson throws it away again. Just trying to clear it out, and no one was there. Frankfort comes back with it. Osborne falling away, no. Knocked out. Frankfort keeps. 3:30 left in the first. Sub, Tiger
Mason
coming
Ridgeway
in.
is coming in here. He's coming out. Wilson's coming out. Too many turnovers for Wilson, I'd say.
He's getting it, and he's trying to start that outlet. No one's out there to go get it. Ridgeway, the freshman, comes in. We got a timeout. That's brought to you by La Fiesta Mexican Restaurant in West Frankfort. We said it. Frankfort was going to start quick, we thought, and they did. And since then, they've kind of settled in here, as both teams have. Defensively, Frankfort has not taken advantage of a lot of Thompsonville turnovers.
Just what I was just about to say. Thompsonville has 8 turnovers so far, and Frankfort only has 7 points. You need to at least have 16 for me to sleep a little bit better at night at this point. Thompsonville is giving you every opportunity to be up by 10 plus right now, and Frankfort, you can't let teams stay in it. Frankfort needs to put the foot on the gas and take care of business. Because the longer you let a team stay around is when the basketball gods decide to take over.
You got to take advantage. You got to assume that when you start making some mistakes, your opponent's going to do the same.
Yep.
3:25 left, quarter one. Out of the timeout. It's Melvin. Has some space. Stops. Above the block. Goes Osborne. Out Bowers. He tried earlier from triple. Tries again. Missed this one. Rebound pulled down Ridgway, who was fresh in before that timeout. He brings it into the half court. Dribbles towards the left. Dribble handoff. Into the hands of Reagan. Now he works it to the point. Works it to the right. He hands off Vega. Vega tries a jumper. It's short. Rebound Osborne. 2:55 left in the first. 7-2 the score. Frankfort had the first 7. They went cold. Thompsonville with 1 basket. And Tyson's fouled on the follow-up attempt. Signal looked like he'll go to the free throw line.
Thompsonville's defense is not very good. Frankfort needs to take advantage of it. It's wide open in the middle. Anywhere from the elbow to the red volleyball line is wide open in the paint. If they can feed it there, they have cutters cutting every time. I don't know why they're just dribbling, picking it up, and waiting for somebody to come off so they can hand it off.
And it seems like they're a little slow on-ball defense.
They are, yeah. They seem a little lethargic tonight.
Frankfurt's not able to capitalize. Tyson had the basketball and was looking at his teammate out in the backcourt. You don't normally see that.
No.
As he's already been handed the basketball, he's able to hit the free throw. It's 8-2. Frankfort stops a long dry spell. Falling away, short corner, offensive rebound layup attempt no good from Marino. 2.5 left, quarter one. Bowers into the lane, works toward the left block, left the layup short. Rebound Marino, who dumps off to Reagan, working back the other way. And there's another point-blank miss from West Frankfort.
It's got to be made. If not made, you got to be able to draw a foul at least.
Ridgway out top. Harrell, the scores table, first time for Frankfort. He had been starting, depending on the matchup here, throughout this season. 2 minutes left in the first. Frankfort's defense has been good, but Thompsonville has been able to grind it out defensively as well to stay in this, just down by 6. Pond trying to draw contact. Picked up his dribble. Now gives up corner Marino. 1:45 left in the first. Here's Reagan. Dribbles, spins, hands back Pond, and they're stuck in this corner over here on the left side of the court. Back out top Vega, 1:40 to go. Quarter one. Ridgway now on the wing. Guarded by Melvin, has to give it up. Marino gets to the elbow, nothing there. Now Reagan in the paint, forces through contact, and he gets 2. So patience from Thompsonville, running a lot of clock, and they're rewarded with a basket.
Thompsonville, if they can get it into the half court, there's plenty of holes in this Frankfort defense to pick at. So it's just going to be a matter of them not making stupid and pointless turnovers.
Melvin missed the layup. DT, good tap back to Bowers, and Tyson goes to the basket, and he's fouled going up. He'll shoot free throws, and Frankfort can't get anything to go through right now.
Well, I know it's kind of a lost start, but with the way Thompsonville's playing defense, if you take a few dribbles and stop on a dime, you can have a wide open mid-range shot because they just will keep on going to the basket the way they're playing defense right now.
Free throw good for Eli Tyson. Jack Harrell in for DT Thomas. So a very small lineup gets even smaller.
Might be a team you see try to run a little more. Need to be a heads up of Vega back here.
And Harrell hurt our buddy Paxton and ran back into the backcourt. Tyson, free throw good. So at least he's knocking them down now at the line. Frankfort, he's got the last 3 all there at the line. It's 10-4.
That's too
Ridgway
easy.
Gets it across, then he threw it away. Bowers has it. Red jersey's up ahead. Here's Tyson to the goal. Dumps off Osborne for 2. And there you go. They got out in transition. 50 seconds left in the first, and more pressure now from the Redbirds. Something that fell off after the first couple minutes.
Well, I think
in part by because Frankfort couldn't score the basketball.
I think they realized, too, that Thompsonville will turn the ball over without even having to do that.
Here's Pond. Works into the corner. Looked like a carry. Maybe it was knocked away momentarily instead. And that's going to be a travel on Nugent, who was in last stoppage, and he knew it. He came down with it and gave up on the play. 29 seconds left in the first. More subs. Pond takes a seat.
Technically, it could have been a jump ball if they wanted to call it, and it wouldn't have been the worst call in the world.
He didn't sell it very well.
He did not sell it well at all. It was tipped out of his hands, which technically would have been a jump ball, but if you saw his face, you would have understand what Garrett meant by that.
Tyson dribbles top, dribbles to Melvin. 18 seconds. Here's Harrell. His first touch of the night. Now Bowers, 15. We'll see if Frankfurt tries to get this down for the final shot as it's deflected out. Not the worst thing. You reset with 11.7 left in the quarter.
It's not the worst thing, but Thompsonville's playing Matador defense. You should just be able to go right at him.
Into Bowers, and he looks at that clock, so it tells you one thing. He's going to run it down as far as he can and give Frankfurt a clean look. He goes to the goal.
Corner wide open.
Up with the left, off the glass, in, and Frankfurt's lead is 10 at the end of 1. We'll pause, hear from some sponsors, and we'll give you the second quarter.
Ask Melissa Walden about Shelters Auto, home and life options. Call or text at 618-937-2092. Melissa Walden Shelter Insurance in West Frankfort. IBI Management manages over 2.5 million square feet of industrial storage, warehousing, and office space in Tennessee, Indianapolis, Ohio, Illinois, and South Carolina with 64 tenants. Please feel free to contact us for any management needed for your property. Feel free to reach out with any questions to Bobby and Iris Kazadi.
The city of West Frankfort is proud to support the students of Frankfort Community High School. The future is in the youth of our community. Go Redbirds.
Kids Corral Incorporated, celebrating 25 years serving the children and families of Southern Illinois. Owned and operated by Jana King and Kristen Cass. Kids Corral in West Frankfort.
All right, we're set for quarter 2. Frankfurt didn't play all that well, but Thompsonville turned it over way too many times. You had them at 11 turnovers. And so regardless how Frankfurt played, you turn it over 11 times in the first, you're going to fall behind, and Frankfurt's got a 10-point lead.
Yeah, and I think 8 of their turnovers were unforced. So Thompsonville is causing a lot of the problems on themselves here. If you can get through this Frankfurt press, you have wide open shots. It's just they're throwing the ball away before they can do it.
Bowers rebound after the shot from Marino somehow didn't go through. 20 seconds in quarter 2. The Redbirds leading 14-4. Bowers around his defender for an easy layup on the left side. (16-4) Redbirds. 35 seconds into the second quarter. Pass is stolen by Bowers. There it is again. Osborne ahead. Has Tyson on the right block. Goes to him. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
You can't just throw a ball and hope it goes to your teammate. You gotta know what you're doing with the basketball before you make your decision. That's what's killing Thompsonville. We've got 13 turnovers so far, and 10 of them have been unforced.
It's going to be the second on Vega. First team of the second, and Tyson hits the first free throw. DT back in the ball game.
Cruz looking to hide out back here again. This time no one sees him.
Tyson second, missed it, knocked around. DT rebound, right block, goes up, shot blocked and pulled down. That time by Ridgway, who's having trouble in the backcourt. Gives it up to Sandy. A minute in, and Osborne nearly takes it away from Sandy, and he does. He's loose on the floor, gives it ahead to Tyson. Goes at Vega. He's got 2, and how about Osborne getting down on the floor and creating that basket? We got a timeout, 19-4, West Frankfort. 6:52 left, quarter 2. This one's brought to you by Power Wash Plus in West Frankfort. New quarter, a lot of the same that we saw in the first.
Yeah, I guess Thompsonville hasn't seen a press so far this season. This is a pretty elementary press, and Frankfurt's not really up and on them that much to cause all these turnovers. It's just, I think, a lack of experience, and you can kind of see in their faces when they bring it up that they don't want the ball. So I think right now it's just a lot of whoever else wants the ball can take it, and 14 turnovers so far.
Yeah,
0 free throws shot by
right.
Thompsonville.
Lack of experience, one way of putting it in.
Yeah.
These 20-something names it seems like they have on the roster. There's one senior, and that's it.
And he hasn't even touched the floor.
He's yet to see the floor. Ridgway gets it across to Sandy. He's met with a double. Really one of them worst, just as bad as being in the corner when you're out there by half court by the line.
Yeah.
6:35 left, quarter two. Ridgeway top, not going to take the shot. Works on Osborne. Now it's Vega. Dribbles towards his right. Dribble handoff. Sandy nearly lost it. Got it back. At the point with it. 6:20 left, quarter two. Here's Vega. Gives up Marino.
Backside's wide open if somebody wants to do something.
Sandy works around Osborne, goes to the goal, and lays it up in front of the goal for an easy two. He worked his way all the way to the basket fairly easily.
Seems like when Thompsonville kind of settles themselves down, they have somewhat of a better offense. It's just if they can get to the settling down part.
Bowers out top, gives Osborne. Dribble, spins in the lane. He was stripped. Wilson comes away with it. He works right sideline. He's going to the basket, and he laid it up for two.
So, good thing he made that because he was dribbling with his head down the whole way.
Big man's dribbling in transition. He got down the floor pretty quick. It's 19-8. Frankfort's lead is 11 with 5:40 left. First half. Harrell back to the scores table. Left side, Osborne. Works it to the free throw line. Bowers, right corner. Out of the corner, tries to get it to Tyson. Instead, it's deflected to Melvin, who goes left block. Easy layup for DT. They're putting it on a platter for DT here today. 21-8. Sandy crossover on Melvin, trying to get it across. Met with a double as Osborne comes up.
You see how everyone's just standing back on Thompsonville, hoping he can make a really long pass? You got to meet the ball.
You got to go to it.
If Evan Wiley was on the sidelines right now, he'd have a come apart.
He'd be out of timeouts.
Yeah, he would be. And players to play.
Harrell's in for Osborne. In the backcourt, Sandy, and you can see how hesitant he is to get it across that half-court line because that's when Frankfort's going to blitz him.
Yeah.
Into the corner, it's Pond back in there. He tries to throw one up from three, and it's a rebound. Harrell had Tyson momentarily, but he's going to hang on to it as Frankfort gets into the half-court. Tyson's now wide open from three on the right side. He missed it. A rebound, pulled down Reagan, and we got a whistle. 4:48 left, quarter two. We'll get Eli Tyson for the foul. His first, team first of the quarter.
See if Thompsonville could have easily had a nice little trick play there. But they'll just... Thompsonville just doesn't look like they know what to do with the press.
They're having issues even. I mean, in a spot where they're having this many issues, they probably got to simplify it as much as they can to get it across. I mean...
I think at this point it's just getting it across the half court
in any way possible.
Goal. Yeah.
Nearly stolen DT. Instead, it's picked off by Bowers, who leaped up in the air. It's a 3-on-1. Tyson, right block, up for two.
They're just dribbling with their heads down and then not looking and throwing right at Frankfort players every time.
Wilson into the corner. Hands off Pond. Lost out of bounds. Tigers keep it. Ridgeway was out for just a moment. He's back in for Pond. 4:20 left, quarter two. Redbirds leading by 15, and Ridgeway to throw in that corner. Finally gets in Wilson. Back Ridgeway on the wing. Tyson all up over him, and Ridgeway's able to get rid of it. Sandy through the lane with the right, floated it in, and one. So he's had a couple baskets going towards the bucket, and he'll go to the free throw line. Thompsonville at the line for the first time here today.
Thompsonville could be in this game if they wanted to be. Their offense is just standing around. There's so many opportunities to make back cuts when a team is pressing like Frankfort is and then gets into a zone like they are. If you can get it to the middle or just back cut, you're going to be wide open every time. But they're just standing around saying, me, throw me the ball.
And they're having limited possessions because they're turning it over at such an alarming rate. 23-11, top it's DT. They leave him open. He'll try a triple on the way. Around, no good. Pulled down. Rebound, Reagan. Thompsonville trying to weather the storm. Can they get it back in within single digits? Reagan through the lane. He floats it up wildly and pulled down by DT Thomas. Tyson trying to leak back. Instead, Bowers gives Harrell. Now works at left side, Melvin. Melvin works middle of the floor. Now Bowers with it, point left. DT works left block, goes around to the right block, up with the right. Nope. Rebound pulled down by Sandy. Sandy works middle of the floor, stripped by Harrell, and he saves it in bounds underneath Thompsonville basket. It goes into Ridgeway. Shot fake Out top from Reagan. Now Ridgeway. Now Sandy, and the pass is thrown away, picked up by Bowers. 3 minutes, and the turnovers just keep on coming, Paxton.
Yeah, they might have well over 20 by halftime at the rate they're going.
Osborne to the scores table. Top it's Melvin. Looking for something backdoor. Nothing there. Has to kick out. Harrell's wide open. He'll try a triple, and he misses it strong. And Frankfurt's
A lot of wide open threes we're missing. Can of corn.
go forth at the scores table. First time as well for Frankfurt. 2:35, and we're hitting a lull here in this ball game, it seems.
Well, they shouldn't even. Frankfurt should have about 40 points right now if they wanted.
Wilson dribbles to the goal. Instead kicks out. Marino's not going to shoot. One dribble skips to Ridgeway. Tries to work around. Harrell can't. Now it's corner. Reagan guarded tightly by Tyson. Steps into a triple. Sandy, it's strong. Rebound Melvin. And he likes to push. We'll see if he does here. He's got a lot of white jerseys ahead. Instead kicks corner to Harrell, who's wide open.
It's my shot, man.
But he's not going to take it. Melvin, short corner. Out Harrell. Skips Bowers. He works into the paint. Up with the left. No. Pulled down Wilson.
But a nice dump off to DT down there. He's wide open.
And we got a foul on Eli Tyson.
Some substitution, I would say.
In the backcourt. That's going to be his second.
I'd say they'll take Eli out here with 2 fouls.
Go forth and first time. Osborne back in and Javion Isaacs in first time. Go forth guards ball. That's Sandy. Dribbles. It's knocked out. Thompsonville keeps it. 1:44 left in the first half. And both teams struggling to put the ball in the basket these past few minutes.
Some ugly basketball.
Wilson in the corner. Took about 4 steps. No travel called
Yeah,
on
he does it
Reagan.
every time.
Now it's Sandy. Picks up his dribble, gives Ridgeway. Works left side. Now back towards the right. Reagan trying to get around Harrell. It's stripped out. Thompsonville keeps. 1:29 left, quarter 2. So Frankfurt's controlled the game from the start, but they've not really been able to expand on that lead. They're still sitting at just a 12-point cushion. Wilson catches in the corner. Now they set up for Ridgeway to catch in the corner. Gives up to Reagan. Elbow with it's Wilson. Working on Thomas. Gives outside the perimeter. Thompsonville's going to reset. 1:10 left in the first half. Corner with it Sandy. Dribbles on go for to the point. Fell to the floor. Loose on the floor. And a tie-up. Even though it didn't look like Frankfurt even had a hand on the basketball. 1:03 left, quarter 2.
Probably a break for Thompsonville that they called that.
Frankfurt gets it by way of the arrow. Isaacs into the half-court set. Under a minute to play here in the second. Here's DT. A lot of space. Now go for it. Point right with it. Here's Harrell. Sets his feet. Not going to shoot.
I don't know why.
Isaacs. Point right. 45 seconds. Gives to Osborne. Reverses back right to DT.
If they're giving me that space, I'm going to pull it. I don't mean that's one way to get them out of this game. They're not even putting hands up on any of our shooters.
They've let everyone that's shot have a wide open look, and Frankfurt's just not hit any threes.
And they're like layups when they're that wide open.
Frankfurt running this clock probably all the way down. 20 seconds. At this point, you might as well. Started up near a minute, and now it's down to 15. Here's DT. Holding it on the left side, reverses to Osborne, down to 10 seconds. Under that, Osborne kicks out Thomas. Left corner triple. Can they hit one? Nope. Rebound underneath Isaacs. 2 seconds. He lost it. Loose on the floor. DT and go forth going for it, but time's going to wind out. 23-11. An ugly first half. Low scoring, good defensive game. Frankfurt's defense has built them a 12-point lead because their offense has not been in a good spot, but they forced a whole lot of turnovers, and Thompsonville's committed some that weren't forced. We'll pause to hear from some sponsors, and we'll give you the halftime report.
Howell Insurance is a proud sponsor of Redbird Athletics. Serving West Frankfort since 1925, we provide auto, home, business, life, and health insurance. Howell Insurance partners with Auto Owners Insurance Company to handle insurance the right way, the human way. Call Ryan, Jessica, or Susan Patton at 937-4000.
Contact Power Wash Plus for a free quote on all your residential or commercial pressure washing needs. Professionally operated and fully insured. Call Power Wash Plus at 618-663-2505 for more information. That's Power Wash Plus at 618-663-2505.
Kids Corral Incorporated, celebrating 25 years serving the children and families of Southern Illinois. Owned and operated by Gina King and Kristen Cass. Kids Corral in West Frankfort.
Redbirds Live, brought to you by the partners of Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, including former West Frankfort High School dual sport standout Lance Brown and fellow West Frankfort alumni and veteran Matthew Carrowan. The law firm of Sam C. Mitchell and Associates are proud members of the West Frankfort community and proud servants of all of Southern Illinois.
IBI Management manages over 2.5 million square feet of industrial storage, warehousing, and office space in Tennessee, Indianapolis, Ohio, Illinois, and South Carolina, with 64 tenants. Please feel free to contact us for any management needed for your property. Feel free to reach out with any questions to Bobby and Iris Kazadi.
Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies knows Southern Illinois. Located in West Frankfort, they're your Milwaukee superstore with over 8,000 square feet. Wallace Tools has the largest selection of Milwaukee within a 2-hour radius. Find power tools such as drills, saws, lights, shop vacs, and more with pricing lower than you'll find anywhere else. Wallace Industrial in West Frankfort.
Experience a taste of Mexico at La Fiesta Mexican Restaurant. We have the best food and drinks for the whole family to enjoy. See you tomorrow, amigos.
With an award-winning body shop right here in West Frankfort, Illinois, Wicks is your hometown Chevrolet, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram dealer. Come out and visit us in person or online at gregweeks.com. Your hometown dealership right on the price, right off I-57.
The city of West Frankfort is proud to support the students of Frankfort Community High School. The future is in the youth of our community. Go Redbirds.
Ask Melissa Walden about Shelter's Auto, Home, and Life options. Call or text at 618-937-2092. Melissa Walden, Shelter Insurance in West Frankfort.
At the half, West Frankfort Redbirds 23, Thompsonville Tigers 11. This is the halftime report brought to you by Kids Corral in West Frankfort. Let's get to the halftime stat sheet, and that's brought to you by the city of West Frankfort. We'll begin with Thompsonville Tigers.
Well, Thompsonville got 18 turnovers, so if you're Thompsonville's coach, you're going to want to fix that real quick. You have 11 points as a team, 18 turnovers as a team. Isaiah Wilson is leading the way with 4. Gavin Sandy's got 4 as well. Isaiah Wilson does have 5 rebounds. He's done a good job on the rebounding end, but the turnovers is what's costing Thompsonville mostly here. Other than that, there's really not much to write home about if you're Thompsonville. You just got to hope to improve in the second half and score more than 11 and not give up 18 turnovers.
And they just got to the line that one time on that and one. They went 1 of 1 at the line, so not getting there for opportunities. And just when you turn it over that many times, you're not going to get many looks at the basket.
Well, no, and I mean, and the frustrating thing is too, like if you're West Frankfort, Thompsonville has 18 turnovers as a team, and you've only scored 23 points. That's awful. This should be a 25-point game to 30-point game at this point. Thompsonville's not closing out on any of the shooters. If you want to take it to the lane, you could. I mean, they're playing Ole defense. It's just a lack of Frankfort not really wanting it right now. If Frankfort wants this game, they can take over. But I've learned from playing the game that if you let teams stay in it, sometimes things can not go the way you expect.
Halftime box for West Frankfort leading the way scoring. It's Eli Tyson with 8 points. Then you got Keegan Bowers with 6. 5 points for D.T. Thomas, 4 for Quentin Osborne. That's your scoring for the Redbirds there in the first half. Rebound on the basketball, leading the way 3 apiece for Thomas, Melvin, and Bowers. And you got 1 apiece for Osborne, Harrell, Isaacs, and Tyson. Not a lot of opportunities for rebounds. And with not many shots going up, really either way, other than, Frankfort, and it seems like their shots go up and it's a quick one and done, and we're going back the other way. And then Frankfort, another reason you're wondering, you're scratching your head how the lead's just 12. You mentioned 18 turnovers, right, for Thompsonville, and then Frankfort's got just 4. turnovers, and they're 5 of 8 at the free throw line. So it really doesn't make sense how they only have 23 points. 23 points while the opponent turns the ball over 18 times. That seems almost impossible to only get that many.
Yeah, I'm sitting here scratching my head. I don't know how we only have 23 points as a team. Frustrating. As a coach, I wouldn't be happy at halftime right now. Because if I'm coaching this team right now, I would have wanted to put my reserves in at halftime and let them play the second half. It shouldn't be close like this at all.
Can you take any positives from playing that poorly and having a 12-point lead? I mean, there's got to be a silver lining in there. You might not express it as a coach, but, one might say, be happy this performance is here tonight against Thompsonville.
Right. Yes. This is the only time that you would be happy that you're playing like this against a team like this. I mean, the silver lining, I guess, is that you've given up 18 turnovers, but 16 of them are unforced. So a lot of them are just them either dribbling it off their foot, but it's a lack of experience too for Thompsonville. So if you're Frankfort, yes, you're pressuring them, but I would like to see them actually pressure them more because we've seen it. The few times that Frankfort has stolen the ball from them, Thompsonville's pretty much handing it to them if they want it.
And the 11 points given up, I mean, you can't really beat that defensively. And I mean, if you're giving up 11 points at half, you're in that game. You could have scored 0 points and you're only down 11. So,
well,
I mean, the fact that they've only given up 11, it's a big deal.
It is. But at the same time, with that same token, you have to think that the way they're playing defense tonight will not get it done against other teams. They are giving Thompsonville a lot of chances on the offensive end, more than one time each time down. So they're just lucky that Thompsonville's biggest Achilles heel is themselves. Thompsonville is the ones who are hurting themselves more than anybody. So I don't think Frankfort's defense is really a reason why they're only at 11 right now. I think it's just a mixture of a lot of things.
Do you think you see any changes coming second half for West Frankfort? Or maybe just, hey, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. We just didn't execute very well there in the first half.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Surdich, I'm going to go out with start the starters. But this is what I'm telling them. Look, this game should not be this close. I want to give you guys a rest before this week kicks off. We're going to have hopefully some really good games the rest of the way. So let's take care of business. These first 5 minutes, let's get a good lead so we can put some young guys in, let the younger guys on this squad get some minutes, and then we'll refresh and get ready for the next game.
Yeah, you play again tomorrow night.
Exactly.
You play Cairo tomorrow night.
And these are quarters where you don't need – I mean, let's think about it. You stay around with a team like this. You keep your starters in the whole game. Somebody could get hurt. Something could happen. This is a game as a coach where you just want your guys to come out, take care of business, and it be easy and simple. But it's never that easy and simple.
We'll see. Not really any foul trouble. I mean, Tyson had a couple, but that one almost was a take foul.
Yeah, to get some subs
in the late in the half. But I don't expect fouls to be an issue. Frankfort better hope not, because they've got a thin bench. They did go to Isaacs and go for something we didn't see the other night, although they had played in the contest against El Dorado and thrived in that role against El Dorado. They didn't see the floor against AJ when I thought they would. So it's good to get them back in the rotation because we keep harping on it, but the depth is so important, especially when you're playing in a tournament, postseason, whatever it is. You're playing a lot of games in a short amount of time. You've got to have depth. You can't rely on 6 guys.
No, because as a team, there's nothing more demoralizing too when you only rely on 6 guys. Like I said earlier, my junior year, every game was down the stretch, and it felt like that fourth quarter, your heart was breaking every night because you would look up and you'd see 3 new guys coming in for the other team, and you're sitting over here going, oh, God, I can't even get up and down the court right now. So
you guys didn't have the luxury to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So with a game like this, go out there, take care of business. And you know what? If they take care of business, Garrett, you should have a running clock like we did this last game.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
And Frankfort's got school tomorrow, so these kids need to get to sleep because they've got an important day tomorrow at school.
They didn't cancel school.
They did not cancel school for Frankfort. It's a big uproar right now on Facebook.
Have they issued a statement that they're not going to cancel it?
They have. They said dress warm. They did. I'm not lying.
I'm glad those days for me are over.
Yes.
So we'll see. Frankfort Thompsonville, second half about to go. It was a frustrating half for both teams. I mean, I can't imagine the way Coach Smith and his staff feeling about Thompsonville.
Hey, but if you're Thompsonville, you got to look at it this way. We had 18 turnovers and we're only down 11 or 12.
We're turning it over 18 times. Their defense has been not that bad.
Only giving up 23, yeah.
Even though Frankfort, same way we said with the opposite side, even though Frankfort's kind of, gifted them some opportunities to stick around. But second half underway, and it's Ridgeway out with the basketball. Gives top, Sandy, guarded by Tyson. Couple dribbles, lost it off his foot. Ridgeway picks it up. Gets back top, Sandy. 20 seconds in quarter three. It's 23-11 here. Day one of the Midwinter Classic here in West Frankfort. This is the final game of the night. Ridgeway
just needs to dribble with a purpose. They're just kind of dribbling 2 or 3 times, picking up, and then looking for somebody else. Their offense is just kind of stagnant.
Here's Wilson. He works towards the goal, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Wilson as Bowers takes the contact, and that's a big call because that went in. That could have been a three-point opportunity for Wilson to get it within single digits. Instead, that's going to be his first and another turnover for Thompsonville.
1 possession, 1 turnover.
Bowers out top, works into the elbow and had it knocked loose.
Looked better in his head, I think.
So a very quick Frankfort turnover. Sandy leaves it short. Melvin comes away with it right side, throws it out of bounds. That wasn't touched. Frankfort turnover.
And Frankfort is letting Thompsonville stay in it. Could easily be a single digits game right now.
Frankfort doesn't clean it up. We're headed that way. Ridgeway with the basketball, guarded by Osborne. Crossover towards the right, met with a double. In the backcourt, looks to get rid of it. Tyson takes it away, goes to the goal, floats it up and in. And more pressure from the Redbirds, thrown in right to Eli Tyson. Tyson right back to the goal. Instead of going up, he gives to Osborne. I thought Tyson had a pretty easy look at a layup in front of the goal as no one slid over to take on Tyson, who was driving through the paint.
Garrett, I have a question for you. Does it feel like there's any life right now on this court for both sides?
I don't think there has been for
this is
the last 5 minutes of game time.
Yeah.
Dating back into the second quarter. Here's Melvin. Now Tyson trying to thread it through to DT, and he throws it in tight pocket where it's picked off by Ridgeway. Minute 40 in, and both teams are turning it over. Frankfort's keeping up with Thompsonville here in turnovers in the second half.
A little more competitive this half.
Sandy is fouled, and we said we didn't have anyone in foul trouble. That should be the third on Eli Tyson.
That's an early third foul. Keeping him in.
At least for until the next stoppage, as Harrell waits for it to be inbounded, then heads to the scores table. Here's Ridgeway. Dribbles to the point. Looks to the right. Picked up his dribble. Needs to get rid of it. Does to Sandy. 5:50 to go. Quarter three. It's 25-11 Frankfort. In a defensive battle. In a tie-up. Gives it to Frankfort.
If you're Frankfort, all you really have to do is guard volleyball line to volleyball line. That's all they're really doing. They're not looking to attack the basket. They're just looking to give it to the next person so they don't have anybody on them.
Melvin will bring it up, unpressured. Into the front court. Works it to the elbow. Here's Harrell. Gets it into the paint. Dumps off Osborne. Spinning, going up. A little too strong, and it comes loose to Reagan. Reagan into the half court. Dribbles out top. Now right side with it, Sandy. Dribbles to the point. 5:15 to go in the third. They get it to Wilson. Jumper left side of the lane, no good. Rebound, DT Thomas. Now from Thompsonville, I'm thinking Wilson gets the ball in his hands. He needs to go to the basket.
Yeah, he's fading away too much. All he's got to do is drive an attack. He's 6'6".
Melvin kicks Osborne, catches it at his feet. Bounces DT Thomas for a layup for two. And if you can't make shots away from the basket, the best thing is go right at it. And there's a layup for DT Thomas.
They play Matador defense. I mean, you should be going at it every time.
Knocked loose. Sandy retrieves it. And
10 seconds. Goal block, Garrett there. That's surprisingly, the first 10-second call. You would assume with all these turnovers that there might have been more than one. But that is the first 10-second call on Thompsonville.
4:36 left in the third. Melvin with the basketball. Frankfurt leading by 16. Dribbles into the paint. They find DT, right block. He reverses to the left block and throws it up for two. So he kind of used the basket to shield Wilson away from a block attempt, and it worked well, and DT's got 4 in a row, and Frankfurt's lead is 18.
If Thompsonville wants a wide open layup, all they have to do is have 21 run straight ahead to the basket now. That's all it would take. Just a matter if they can make that pass, which I don't think they can.
4:11 left, quarter 3. And they're going to get a double dribble on Marino.
.25 turnovers as a team.
4:08 left in the third. Frankfurt has kept Thompsonville scoreless.
With some help from Thompsonville.
Here in the third, halfway through it. Melvin dribbles Marino. Now Bowers. Handoff. Harrell spins, goes up with the right, and he's got 2.
It's all day.
And Frankfurt's getting it deep in the paint now, and they've got 6 points in a row. DT comes up for some pressure in the backcourt. They get it across, knocked out.
You see, though, I mean, once they got it across the court there, if they could have had somebody, you saw it would have been a 3-on-1 had they been able to catch that ball. Press is breakable. It's just Thompsonville just, it's their biggest enemy right now is themselves.
Double team again. Nearly taken away, instead giving up. That's Lindhorst. Goes short corner. Reagan falling away from the basket. Missed it. Rebound, Melvin. He looks to run. Looks to beat Sandy down the floor, and he does for 2 and the foul. So Frankfurt's getting it going offensively now. The lead's out to 22, and Melvin's going to the free throw line.
That's how it should have been the whole game. Could have had cakewalks to the basket all night.
Sandy will go to the bench. He's got his second foul. Wilson back in.
Definitely feels like a Monday night here at Max Morris.
A little slow moving.
Mm-hmm.
Free throw good. Frankfurt leads it 34-11. Inbound to Lindhorst. Now back Ridgeway. Dribbles on Melvin. Dribbles towards the right. Picked up the dribble. Reverses left. Reagan. And he doesn't get it across. That's a 10-second call.
You see, we get a 10-second call and it's still dead. I've seen more life at a Tuesday night bingo than I am tonight. I mean,
you go that all the time too.
I do. I'm pretty good actually. Not bad.
Melvin in the half court. Works into the paint, just goes up and, didn't fall that time, but you're right. They could do that, it seems like, every trip down.
Mm-hmm.
Wilson, full head of steam, works it in to the corner and throws it into the backcourt. That's a turnover over and back.
And, like when I played, and I know guys who was on my team, if you were playing a team like this, you were going out there trying to get 30 because you knew you had an opportunity to do that, But at the rate we're going, running clock is looking like it's going to be something in our future.
Goforth back to the scores table. Melvin with the basketball. Now Osborne. Here's Bowers. Works to the free throw line. Reverses opposite side. Melvin works towards the short corner. Kicks out Bowers. Top with it's Osborne. 2:35. Spinning. Goes up. And it's no good. Rebound DT. He spins. Goes up. He's fouled. DT will shoot 2 at the line. 2:34 left in the third.
I understand the dribble handoff offense, but there comes a time after about the third or fourth handoff where you can aggressively cut towards the basket and you're going to have a wide open layup every time. So I don't understand why we're just hitting it off when you could have 60 as a team already.
DT with a free throw. One more upcoming as Frankfurt leads it by 24. Eli Tyson's going to sub in with those 3 fouls in for Harrell.
Thompsonville's yet to score this half.
Now they're about to catch fire. Paxton
Broadcaster's jinx.
DT hits them both. Frankfurt has a 25-point lead, 36-11. And not too long ago, it was just a 12-point game.
Yeah. What was it, 24-11? 23-11?
There's that
Still.
Paxton math there.
Hey, what can I say?
Frankfurt Comes away with it again. Goforth picks up his dribble, gives to Bowers. Working left side. Gets to the elbow around Wilson easily. And just too much English on that layup attempt.
I think he spun it a little too much.
Wilson able to get this outlet.
He walked.
And there it is. Called on Marino for a travel. 2:03 left in the third.
I think I should be a referee, Garrett. I think I might have another, I don't know, though. I feel like I'd have a short leash with people. I'd struggle with that.
I will say, you've done good on the travel calls here tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. I watch NBA a lot, so I'm pretty good at picking them. Happens all the time there.
They just don't call him there.
Yep.
155 left in the third. Goforth wide open triple. He got it.
Yes, sir. That's the best spot to shoot a three right there.
First three of the night comes with 1:50 left in the third for Frankfort. It's Evan Goforth who hits it. Pond to respond. Nope. Pulled down. Marino back out Pond. Runner headed towards the goal. Too strong. Rebound. Marino falling away, and he made it. Falling away for two.
First basket of the half. And Mason Marino, first bucket of the night.
Tyson to the goal. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. 1:20 left in the third. 39-13. Once again, he just kind of coasted right to the basket and got all the way to it. Didn't make it, but he's going to the line. That's been there all night long for Frankfort.
Yeah, when Paxton Griffiths is talking about defensive problems, you know it's pretty bad. So, like I said, El Matador, I mean, they've had open lanes to the layup and to the basket all night long if they wanted it. Just imagine if they hit a few more threes, how much that would open up down there.
Melvin, Tyson, Harrell, Goforth, and Isaacs out there for Frankfort. And Tyson's looking back again now, and he's about to shoot his free throw. He made it. He's done it a couple times. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Might be a new thing for him.
Instead of doing it before you catch the ball, he catches it, and then he turns around to get on the same page with his teammates. 40-13, 1:15 left in the third. Vega back in. Ridgeway, that's the best Thompsonville's done breaking the press here tonight. Marino up. He gets another rebound. He's filling up the rebounds the last two trips down. Ridgeway right side, under a minute to go in the third. 40-13 West Frankfort.
You know, you said they did a good job here. The sad thing is, Garrett, that's been there all night. That's the sad thing if you're Thompsonville.
Pond works left. Here's Marino. Dribbles. Goes right. To Vega through the lane. Pond up for two.
Nice cut there by Pond. Not an easy finish.
40-15. Here's Tyson. Dribbles on Ridgeway. Goes to the goal. Bank shot. Nope. Knocked around. Goforth offensive rebound. 20 seconds left in the third. And Melvin and Tyson play catch as they're looking to run this thing down for the final shot. And they clear things out for Brady Melvin. Down under 5 seconds. Melvin to the basket. Layup up. Missed it. Out of bounds. Should be some time.
No.
And it ran a lot more off. Looked like around a second. Instead, it says 0.3.
It's a good looking layup, but as a corner three-point shooter, corner three-pointer was wide open. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know how they're going to give that to Thompsonville, but
It'll be tough to get a shot off either way with 0.3. 40-15 into three. Let's hear from some of our friends here at Redbirds Live.
Redbirds Live, brought to you by the partners of Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, including former West Frankfort High School dual sport standout Lance Brown and fellow West Frankfort alumni and veteran Matthew Carrowan. The law firm of Sam C. Mitchell and Associates are proud members of the West Frankfort community and proud servants of all of Southern Illinois. Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies knows Southern Illinois. Located in West Frankfort, they're your Milwaukee superstore with over 8,000 square feet. Wallace Tools has the largest selection of Milwaukee within a 2-hour radius. Find power tools such as drills, saws, lights, shop vacs, and more with pricing lower than you'll find anywhere else. Wallace Industrial in West Frankfort. With an award-winning body shop right here in West Frankfort, Illinois, Wicks is your hometown Chevrolet, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram dealer. Come out and visit us in person or online at gregweeks.com. Your hometown dealership, right on the price, right off I-57.
All right, final quarter of the night here at the Midwinter. 40-15, Frankfort leads. Thompsonville begins with the basketball.
Thompsonville's looking to score here sooner than they did that last quarter. Took them until the 1 minute and 28 mark to score. They scored 4 points in that third quarter.
Yeah, that they did take them a little while, and they've had issues getting it in the basket all night, and it's been mainly their
That. It's been mainly that.
speaks for itself.
Yep. A lot of unforced. And I mean, they're a young team, so that's to be expected. But a lot of these are just really frustrating turnovers. So all you can do is look at film and go from there, work on beating a press.
Couple go to the scores table for Frankfurt. Here's Melvin to the elbow. Spins, goes up, and missed strong. Knocked loose. Melvin, the second attempt, no. Comes down with it, goes up. He's fouled. Looked like Tyson
Yep.
went over the back of somebody. We got a tee.
Yeah, Melvin gave Pond a little push there after the shot.
So they're going to let Melvin shoot his on the shooting foul, and then Thompsonville will go the other way and shoot their free throws.
Good thing they don't give out fines in high school, because that would be a tough fine to take there in a game like this, getting a technical.
Think you'd ever got a couple fines if that was a thing?
Thankfully I actually never had a technical in my career. I should have gotten one, but they gave it to CJ Johnson instead, and CJ had to run for that, so I'm sorry, CJ.
41-15, Melvin hits them both.
It's a good thing about being short sometimes. You can hide behind the tall guys and say what you want.
Yeah, it's probably easy for you to hide behind CJ.
Oh,
42-15, 30 seconds in the fourth. Now Pond looks to go down and match Melvin after hitting his two. First one from Pond. Nope, missed it short.
A little flat on that shot. Not much spin to it.
And that's just the second free throw all night.
Yeah.
From Thompsonville, and he misses the second.
But you see how he reacted there. Thompsonville is already defeated with how they're just kind of going at it here. So
and that goes along with kind of what we said early in the pregame was get up on this team. They're used to being coming from behind, trailing in the ball game, and see how they respond. And they gave some effort, but it did seem like they were flat the entire game.
Yeah.
Here's Vega out top, works it left, cut off by Thomas. Now Ridgeway.
Backside's been wide open too all night for this offense. They just have not wanted to do any backdoor cuts. I don't think I've seen one tonight by any team, honestly.
Marino spins, goes up, falling away with the left, missed it. DT's outlet is recovered by Harrell. Corner, it's Tyson. Gets to the free throw line. Here's Thomas looking inside, nothing. Instead, Harrell to the elbow. Now Bowers towards the goal, left of the lane. Pulls it out. Dribble handoff to Osborne. Here's Tyson through the lane. Dumps off DT, who's fouled from behind. That's another time you think Tyson could have probably went up.
The thing with Tyson, I mean, he was wide open there. I mean, I like the pass. That's something that I always liked, was a layup pass like that. But he was a little late giving it to DT. DT was open sooner. If he could have gone to DT quicker, it would have been a 2-point field goal instead of free throws.
And it almost seems like DT was caught a little off guard by the pass.
Yeah, he was ready for it and then was unready for it when it was given to him. So
he hits the first. It's 43-15, 6:44 left. He cashes in either way, makes them both. So it worked out.
Unless you want the assist,
which Tyson won't get. 44-15, which I think that should be changed, by the way.
I agree with that. If you have a pass leading to a foul and they make both, I think you should be credited for that. I also think there should be a shot clock in high school basketball.
Even if you make one.
Yeah.
You made a pass and points
true.
for the response or the result of it. Travel going the other way.
How do you feel about that? Do you think shot clock should be in high school basketball?
Yeah, for probably the reason to avoid teams holding it for 2 minutes.
Yeah, and I mean, I know as a player, there's going to be a lot more offense. You're going to have a lot more possessions with a shot clock, and I think it would be a lot more exciting, especially for a game like this.
And I do believe the Rich Heron Classic, which is a one-day shootout over at Benton. Last year they had a shot clock, and they're going to do it again this year. There's Bowers for 2.
There's been a few that I've worked at doing the soundboards for that they do shot clocks in for most tournaments. And I know Kentucky is doing it for sure.
I'd say eventually it will move that way.
It ought to.
46-15 here for Max Morris with no shot clock. 5:50 left. Rebound Bowers. Works right sideline. Gets it into DT left block. Spinning. Kicks out. Harrell. Now top it's Osborne. Dribbles to the elbow. Tyson through the lane. Banked it up and missed it. But he'll go to the line. The clock's going to roll as Frankfurt's got a lead of over 30 points.
And the legendary Jim Johnson has just let everyone know here at Max Morris that we will have a running clock in the fourth quarter. I'll tell you what, he's been doing it for a long time, hasn't he, Garrett?
Yeah, we're not too old, but I can't think of anyone else that did it.
I'll tell you this much: there was nobody I'd rather hear say my name when I hit a three-pointer than him. So
he definitely helped with the home court advantage back
absolutely.
when Frankfurt fill this gym up. Both free throws good from Tyson.
Back when we beat those Panthers in overtime.
That was opening night, right?
Yes, sir.
Opening night.
Shocked the world. We were only supposed to win 8 games that year in 124.
What year would that have been?
2019. 18-19, technically.
You're an old man, Paxton.
I am old, man. I tell you what. COVID makes it feel even older because I don't know any of these kids anymore.
Subs into the game. Well, you know that one who got the rebound. Cass for Frankfurt.
Oh, yeah. How do I know him?
Isaacs underneath.
Oh.
Tried giving to Osborne and popped off him and goes back to Pond, who lost it out of bounds. Frankfurt basketball. 4:20 left.
Cannon's repping the 41 for Dirk.
The unit for Frankfurt is Scales, Cass, Isaacs, Harrell, Goforth. So we got a little over 4 minutes left of Frankfurt getting an opening night victory here at the Midwinter Classic.
Be a good time for Scales or Cass to get their first varsity points, wouldn't it?
Had some opportunities. I'll tell you, this guy's taking advantage of the minutes he's gotten in is Isaacs. Here's Cass, now Isaacs. Gets to inside the lane, kicks out Harrell. Not going to shoot. Isaacs wasn't ready. He picks it up. Couple dribbles, gives to Goforth. Works it to the right elbow. Pulls it out. 3.5 left.
Say with Isaacs, he's not going to blow you away with anything, but he just does a lot right is what I've seen. He's just kind of a good player, will do what he's got to do, fundamentally sound, and that's about it. He hasn't played his whole career, I know that, because he was in high school when I was here, and he wasn't playing.
And we got to travel, going back the other way. And a new unit coming in for Thompsonville.
34 turnovers now for Thompsonville. Yeah, I said that correctly, 34. 3-4.
My goodness.
Yes. 18 at halftime, so if they can keep it below 36, it's a better half. But they got 3 minutes, so we'll see.
Hopefully that running clock helps them out.
That's what I was just thinking. Will Scales was wide open.
Top Isaacs goes to the goal, up with the right, missed it strong. Rebound pulled down. That's Evan Williams, the lone senior for Thompsonville, who walks it into the half court.
Pull it.
Corner with it is Lucas Smith. Now out top. Lucas Blades dribbles towards the right. Back in the hands of Smith. 2:30 left. Dribble behind the back on Scales. Gives up to Blades. Works towards the goal. Lost out of bounds. And they're going to say out on Frankfurt.
I don't know how, but okay.
It was Goforth at Peebles near the basketball. And it was apparently last touch by Goforth. It didn't appear that way, but I will say that's the furthest point away from us in the gym.
That's true.
And a whistle. Normally would say stops the clock, but it doesn't. It keeps rolling. 48-15 Frankfurt.
Keeps rolling on that Banterra scoreboard.
It would at least look a little prettier if you could get it to 50 here.
I would agree with that. I would hope we can. It's just going to depend on how aggressive the offense wants to be up this big.
There's Matheny. He gives it up in the hands of Williams. And another whistle on Frankfurt. They get Isaacs. He's got 2. Minute and a half left. Inbounded to Williams. Now corner with it is Peebles. Ends up in the hands of Matheny. Top it's Peebles. Scales dives on the floor to get the basketball. Then we got a tie up. Frankfurt basketball, 1:05 left.
I need to make a correction. Coach Wiley just sent me a text message. We were 21-11 Most wins in 12 years, including against the Panthers. He said he's watching. Hey, Coach.
Good to have former Redbird head coach in and most recent coach to win a regional title in Evan Wiley. 45 seconds left in this ball game. Isaacs into the paint, out to Cass. He goes to the goal, left it a little short, loose, pulled down by Smith. 30 seconds left. No, Frankfurt's going to get us to that 50. There we go. Quick shot from Blades around. Nope. Rebound, Goforth. He looks to push. 25 seconds. Goforth going to the goal all the way. Goforth for two. And Frankfurt hits the 50 mark.
Goforth has put some nice minutes in here. Nice three-pointer, nice little two to get us to 50, which was what Garrett was wanting.
Desperately needed it. That was make or break. Cass picks the pass off, and that's going to do it. Hands to Goforth, 50-15, the final. Redbirds get a win on the opening night over Thompsonville. We'll pause, hear from some sponsors, and wrap things up.
Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies knows Southern Illinois. Located in West Frankfort, they're your Milwaukee superstore with over 8,000 square feet. Wallace Tools has the largest selection of Milwaukee within a 2-hour radius. Find power tools such as drills, saws, lights, shop vacs, and more with pricing lower than you'll find anywhere else. Wallace Industrial in West Frankfort.
IBI Management manages over 2.5 million square feet of industrial storage, warehousing, and office space in Tennessee, Indianapolis, Ohio, Illinois, and South Carolina with 64 tenants. Please feel free to contact us for any management needed for your property. Feel free to reach out with any questions to Bobby and Iris Kazadi.
With an award-winning body shop right here in West Frankfort, Illinois, Wicks is your hometown Chevrolet, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram dealer. Come out and visit us in person or online at gregweeks.com. Your hometown dealership, right on the price, right off I-57.
Kids Corral Incorporated, celebrating 25 years serving the children and families of Southern Illinois. Owned and operated by Jana King and Kristen Cass. Kids Corral in West Frankfort.
Redbirds Live, brought to you by the partners of Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, including former West Frankfort High School dual sport standout Lance Brown and fellow West Frankfort alumni and veteran Matthew Caraway. The law firm of Sam C. Mitchell and Associates are proud members of the West Frankfort community and proud servants of all of Southern Illinois.
Ask Melissa Walden about Shelter's Auto, Home, and Life options. Call or text at 618-937-2092. Melissa Walden, Shelter Insurance in West Frankfort.
Contact Power Wash Plus for a free quote on all your residential or commercial pressure washing needs. Professionally operated and fully insured. Call Power Wash Plus at 618-663-2505 for more information. That's Power Wash Plus at 618-663-2505.
Howell Insurance is a proud sponsor of Redbird Athletics. Serving West Frankfort since 1925, we provide auto, home, business, life, and health insurance. Howell Insurance partners with Auto Owners Insurance Company to handle insurance the right way, the human way. Call Ryan, Jessica, or Susan Patton at 937-4000.
Make light work of everything with Honda's top-of-the-line family of Pioneer 1000 side-by-sides. All models sport a best-in-class engine and an exclusive 6-speed automatic dual-clutch transmission. Then there's the 1005 models, equipped with Honda's quick flip seating that seats up to 5 passengers. So find your next Honda Pioneer today at Bill Galadich Honda in West Frankfort.
Experience a taste of Mexico at La Fiesta Mexican Restaurant. We have the best food and drinks for the whole family to enjoy. See you tomorrow, amigos.
E.R. Brown Furniture has been providing West Frankfort and Southern Illinois communities quality furniture for 109 years. E.R. Furniture has the largest selection of lazy boy furniture and can help you find your next recliner, sofa, or love seat. E.R. Brown Furniture can provide delivery and set up to your home as well. It's E.R. Brown Furniture, downtown West Frankfort.
The city of West Frankfort is proud to support the students of Frankfort Community High School. The future is in the youth of our community. Go Redbirds.
People's National Bank has been serving the communities of Southern Illinois since 1909. We believe that great customer service along with a wide variety of products will meet all of your banking needs. Come in and check us out today. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
McDonald's, family owned and operated. Moreland Bishop McDonald's has 21 locations to serve you.
The West Frankfort Aquatic and Activity Center are proud partners of Redbirds Live. Come check out our heated indoor swimming pool, fitness center, and basketball gym. Stop by for a visit, or you can contact us at 618-937-1665.
Welcome back. 50-15, the final. West Frankfort knocks off Thompsonville here, night one of the West Frankfort Midwinter Classic. This is the IBI Management postgame show. And we'll get to the final box score. And that's brought to you by the City of West Frankfort. We will begin with the Thompsonville Tigers.
Well, for Thompsonville, he only scored 15 points as a team, so not too much to write home about. He had 34 turnovers as a team, but hey, that was better than the first half. He had 18 in the first half, so it means he only had 16 in the second. Gavin Sandy had 4 points to go along with 2 rebounds. Isaiah Wilson had 4 to go along with 6 rebounds. Mason Marino had 2. Preston Pond had 2 as well. That's the scoring for Thompsonville. Garrett, how did those Redbirds do scoring 50 points? They got to 50 like you were hoping for.
Yeah, and they had a couple guys lead the way, and it was D.T. Thomas and Eli Tyson, 13 apiece. It did seem like those were the two that were kind of flowing the best offensively on a night when it didn't look like Frankfort was at their best offensively, but it was Thomas and Tyson, 13 apiece. Bowers contributed 8. Melvin in there with 5. Osborne with 4. Harrell with 2. And we talked about it there at the end. Evan Goforth with 5 points off the bench. Rebounding the basketball, 6 apiece to lead the way. It was Thomas and Melvin. 4 from Bowers. And then Goforth with 2. And then you got a whole slew of guys with 1 rebound. And Frankfort, you want a positive, they turned the ball over 8 times. If you can keep it under double digits, that's a great stat, and you got a great chance to win. 8 turnovers as a team, another good stat. Frankfort 15 of 19 at the free throw line. Once again, if you're shooting at that rate and you're getting to the line 19 times, you're making 15, in great shape to win a basketball game. And there was a point in that game where when Frankfort couldn't score, they at least got to the line and made some free throws. And that was important because at that point, I think Frankfort was only up 10, 11 points. And another thing, we talked about how good Frankfort defended in the first half with help from Thompsonville's offense. Thompsonville scored 4 points in the second half. That's it. And they were all in the third quarter. So they didn't score quicker in the fourth than they did in the third. And it took them a while to score in the third. But
we'll give them benefit of the doubt with the running clock.
Yeah, and that's true. And they just had a hard time.
They were out of it, yeah.
Controlling the basketball. And
you could tell from the start with them that it just goes back to, they're young. You could tell they were defeated after probably the first quarter. You could feel it. There was not much energy on that side from Thompsonville. And Frankfort was lucky that Thompsonville didn't really ever throw a punch at them. It was pretty much Frankfort's game from the start.
Give out a player of the game. It's presented by Melissa Walton Shelter Insurance. Paxton, who do you got for me?
We're going to go with D.T. Thomas. He had a good game down there. He had 13 points to go along with 6 rebounds. It's a nice start to the tournament for D.T. Hopefully he can keep going and build on that and maybe get himself on that nice all-tournament team.
Yeah, and he was what got Frankfort going in the second half. They were struggling, and I think he had 6 straight points, and Frankfort picked it up big time in the second half.
And, he could have had probably more than what he had if he got the ball a little bit more. He was open a few more times, and they just didn't get to him. So he did everything right tonight. Hopefully he can and the team build on this. You got a lot of work to do. You're hoping that you come out with a little more intensity tomorrow night against your opponent, because if you come out with this intensity against anybody, you're asking for trouble. So you start off the tournament 1-0, and that's as good as it gets, Garrett.
All right, quick recap from the night. 3 games today. First 2 were girls varsity contests, where Heron knocked off Cesar-Valera Waltonville 61-39, and the West Frankfort Lady Redbirds knocked off Weber 61-27. And then we rounded it out with our contest here tonight between boys varsity and West Frankfort, and Thompsonville with a 50-15 West Frankfort victory. Tomorrow night we're back with 2 more games. Thompsonville versus Crab Orchard, Cairo versus West Frankfort. Those were both boys varsity contests. And we got games through Friday, so get used to us because we got every game on
Better get used
Redbirds
to
Live.
us. You better.
They really don't have a choice because we're covering every game. So I think that's going to do it. 50-15. Frankfort knocks off Thompsonville. Alongside Leo Paxton. Appreciate you coming in for the call. I'm Garrett Smith. We'll see you tomorrow night.